Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, December 13th. Hopefully, you're having a great week so far. We are 3 days away from Christmas break. So excited, cannot wait. I'm ready for a break. Just overall, so I cannot wait. We are all ready. We have been counting down the days. Our verses today, Luke 8:40 through 48, it says, "On the other side of the lake, the crowds welcomed Jesus because they had been waiting for him. Then a man named Jairus, a leader of the local synagogue, came and fell at Jesus' feet, pleading with him to come home with him. His only daughter, who was about 12 years old, was dying. As Jesus went with him, he was surrounded by the crowds. A woman in the crowd had suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding, and she could find no cure. Coming up behind Jesus, she touched a fringe of his robe. Immediately the bleeding stopped. 'Who touched me?' Jesus asked. Everyone denied it, and Peter said, 'Master, this whole crowd is pressing up against you.' But Jesus said, 'Someone deliberately touched me, for I felt healing power go out from me.' When the woman realized that she could not stay hidden, she began to tremble and fell to her knees in front of him. The whole crowd heard her explain why she touched him and that she had been immediately healed. 'Daughter,' he said to her, 'your faith has made you well. Go in peace.'" It says Jesus makes time. It says, "Recently my friend Julie and I were trying to make plans to share a meal. We texted back and forth all day before landing on a time that worked. Even though Julie and I cared deeply about each other, we struggle to make time for one another. Anyone who's tried to maintain friendship amid work stress, kids' extracurriculars, church commitments, and travel knows that the forces of modern life work against long-lasting connection. In the Gospels, we see that Jesus made himself available to connection, even when it didn't fit his plans. When Jairus pled with Jesus to come to his house to heal his daughter, Jesus agreed to go. On the way, Jesus was interrupted again by a woman who had been bleeding for 12 years. As the crowds were pressing against him, Jesus stopped to engage her in conversation, declaring her healed through faith. Then he proceeded to Jairus' house to heal his daughter. Jesus might have started that day with another plan in mind, but he forsook it in the face of profound human need. I imagine that Jesus must at times have been exhausted by others. He sometimes escaped the crowds to be alone. Yet Jesus is the exemplar of putting people ahead of plans. Sometimes others' needs are tangible, a hot meal, a hospital visit, but more often others come to us with intangible needs, the need to be heard, to be understood, to be embraced. Above all, we are called to loving relationship, the kind that God desires with us and that Jesus modeled for us in his earthly life. Emmanuel, God with us. Jesus' desire for relationship is in his very name. May we who follow him become known for giving our time and energy to become people who dwell with others in their need, even if it means letting go of our plans for the day. Lord, help us to remember that in your kingdom, people matter more than plans. Don't allow us to become so busy or inflexible that we have no time to minister to unanticipated needs or be with others in their pain. Thank you that you are a God with us. I see that, in my classroom sometimes. I have great plans. But some days, my kids come in, and I can just tell that their mind is not where it needs to be able to learn effectively. That's when I take a step back. And instead of doing a lesson, we may just spend the whole hour talking about stuff. We may spend the hour allowing them to catch up on work. We may spend the hour, reviewing what they're struggling with. It just depends on the day, but there's days that I see them come in and I can tell that they are not going to be engaged today. And I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to try and make them be engaged if that's not where their mind is. We are people of habit. In general, humans are people of habit, but there's sometimes that just habit can't happen. There's sometimes that something is going to interrupt your plans, and you have to be flexible to work with it. The next time that happens, the next time your plans get completely just thrown away, think about it. Look at it. Say, what can I do with this that will glorify God? What is this? Well, why might God be doing this? What is the purpose behind this? Think about it in that way, and I bet when those plans get messed up and stuff doesn't go according to your plan, you'll find a reason that it's okay. You'll find a reason that God maybe made you stop, maybe made you think, maybe made you readjust your plan. Everyone have a great Wednesday. Have a great week. And of course, go be the example.